Hi guys, I'm Kaya, and in this video I'm going to show you my achievements that I've completed in my Capstone project for Udacity's Virtual Reality Nanodegree program. We're starting with the fundamentals category. I did scale. The scale of the rooms and objects feels similar to real life. The results of the user testings proved that as well. The scale was compared by doors, cubes and other items which we know from Earth. The camera is positioned for a normal-sized adult human, so that are 100 points for scale. The next thing is animation. I animated objects like the doors rising up, the tubes, the cubes and the poisons, and some animations are made with the animation window and some are scripted. That are 100 points for animation. The next thing is lighting. The most of the lights are baked to achieve a better performance. Additionally to that, I used 2 real-time lightings for changing lights from red to green and for using the flashlight, which you can see here. That are 100 points for lighting. Locomotion. I choose waypoints as locomotion to make sure that the user has the appropriate distance while playing the game. That are 100 points for locomotion. The next is video player. The video player is integrated to the main level scenery. It generates emotions when the user gets in contact with some person of the space deck. In that case it is me. This person is just informing about the current situation aboard. It is no instruction on how to play the game. It's just telling the story and says what to do but not how to do. That are 200 points for video player. And the following we have the completeness category. Starting with gamification. The entire app is a game, so the player can win or lose. And the rewarding system is based on intrinsic motivation. So the superordinated topic of this project was emotions. And in relation to this rewarding system suits perfectly. The rate of immersion is way higher when the user is concentrated on playing the game, and thinking about a physical prize would minimize this ability. So that are 250 points for gamification. Diegetic UI. The entire game could be played without reading any text. There are no text instructions on how to do anything. And the user can easily figure out how to move, collect and win. And I used lighting, sounds and particles to guide the user a bit. And I was using waypoints and well-known icons like play and pause buttons and so on, because many users already know them, so it feels supposedly intuitive using them. That are 250 points for diegetic UI. Alternative storyline. There are 2 storylines credited for ending the game. The user can master every challenge and win the game, or he can get game over when using the teleporter tube. Beside of that, there are many alternative storylines possible. When starting the game, some objects are positioned randomly, so the user never knows where he has to search for them. That also generates an alternative storyline as well. That are 250 points for alternative storyline. 3D modeling. I was creating the furniture for the game. That includes the polygon network, boxes, tanks, tubes, teleporting cube, a desk, flashlight, poison bottles, warning triangle, puzzle items, and so on. Therefore, Cinema 4D and Blender have been used. So that are 250 points for 3D modeling. Challenges. I was doing 8 user testings. I parted them into 2 phases. In the first phase, I was testing the scenery of level 1, the scenery of the start menu, the movement mechanic, and the game logic. In the second phase, I revised the user tester's statements, like for example, adding more waypoints, adding more interior, changing some spawn points, which were too difficult to detect, reducing the light in the flashlight corridor, and adding more spatial audio sounds, etc. The user testings gave valuable information and were mostly implemented. That are 500 points for user testings. I wrote 3 different shaders to enrich the sceneries. The first shader switches the albedo from black to blue and blue to black in an endless loop that achieves a kind of flashing material. For the second shader, I wrote an unlit hologram style shader because it shouldn't be affected by any lights. This shader is transparent and generates a sudden movement regarding the user testings. The third shader has a pulsing transparent appearance. Because of the scanning frequency property, it attracts users' attention as well. This game earns 2,600 points, 600 in fundamentals, 1,000 in completeness and 1,000 in challenges. I hope you have fun watching my video. Thanks!